It's dumb. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chase, and today I'm going to be reviewing episodes 2 and 3 of World Beyond The Walking Dead. I'm doing it for you guys. I'm not doing this for me anymore. Let's get on to episode 2. And I need to apologize, okay, because Iris, I was so certain that Iris was going to kill that walker with one blow, okay? And in episode 2, it picks up pretty much right where that point is. And she doesn't, okay? You got me, Walking Dead. You subverted my expectations. Yeah, she struggles against the walker, and so much so, like, they're struggling, and then, you know, they both, the walker and her, like, fall into this pit or ditch or whatever. And and I'm pretty sure that when Iris fell on the stuntman playing the walker, those weren't walker groans. You know, thick Iris just landing on you. Anyway, so this episode, in my opinion, this episode was a little bit better than episode 1. That's not saying much. Let me talk about the good things. So there's a scene where the 4 kids, they get into a tree house. They play this game, like they play a couple games, and it actually is a pretty good scene. I actually enjoyed it. It was, you know, it was kind of a bonding moment between all 4 of them. They're playing this like Big Mo game or whatever with the ball, and then they play Monopoly. It's actually good. I liked it. It was a good bonding moment for all 4 of them. And that's about where it ends. So this episode is really focused on Felix and his backstory. And his backstory is he's gay, which you find out in the first episode, so you already know he's gay. Well, we're going to take an hour to tell you that Felix is gay. Okay? Because here's the backstory that they give, is that Felix, he went to his father and he announced he was gay. And his father disowns him. But at the end of his backstory, he comes back because the apocalypse is happening, comes back home, and he's wanting to see his parents or his dad or whoever, his dad at least, and they won't answer the door because you are to assume he's gay. That's all you learn about Felix. You just learn that he's gay. Why do I say that? Chase, well, you know, he was being bullied. He had a rough time. You know, you're learning about his character. No, because nothing of his backstory translate to current events Felix. And that's what backstories are supposed to do. A backstory is to provide context to the present. Okay, so Felix, he's bullied because he's gay and he was disowned by his family. Okay, well, is that a problem now? Is it a problem that he's gay now? Like, obviously the people know he has a boyfriend because he went off with their dad. Okay, so it's not a problem now. Is he struggling with his homosexuality? Is that what we're to assume? No, we're not. Okay, so what is the purpose besides just telling me in a long form that he's gay? One of the other things too is they're really hammering on this Land Before Time plot line.
Does it bother you that we're gonna end up like the dinosaurs?
Like, Bilbo and Hope have this discussion, and Bilbo is talking to Hope about, you know, there's a generation before the extinction. And I'm not making this up, okay? I'm not making it up. I swear I'm not making this up. There's a generation that is alive just before the extinction, and they're called the Endlings.
We're the last generation.
Or the endlings.
Oh my gosh. Littlefoot, like, and Sarah are right in front of me on the screen in human form. All right, so anyway, let's move on to episode 3. This is when Felix and Huck, they're trailing the kids, and they eventually, this is when they meet up. And so what happens is, at this point, the kids, they've arrived at what they call the blaze. And in order to get to where they need to go, they have to go through the blaze. They don't have to go through the blaze. You gotta push the plot line, right? You know, it's like in Deadpool. He's like, hey, you might want to go talk to that guy. It might further the plot line. It's dumb. Let's talk about Huck. I haven't talked about Huck yet. Huck, no, I'm not gonna say that. Not companion. The friend of Felix that is accompanying him on finding these kids. And Huck serves absolutely zero purpose. None. Nada. I thought I was gonna like her. And it turns out I don't. Like, she could have been maybe a love interest in Felix. Maybe Felix for her. But Felix is gay. So that's out of the question. She also really hasn't helped. She hasn't done anything. Even when they meet up with the kids, she literally just antagonizes Silas.
Is that what you're doing out here? Trying to get away from the things you've done?
Hey, Huck.
And the only thing that Huck ever says is, she's got a point.
Hate to say it, kid's got a point. Say what you will, but they handle their shit. She's got a point.
That's literally all her character is, just there to validate the points of other people. And then Hope. I'm starting to like Hope a little bit better. So Hope goes off to do the dangerous thing, and she has to sound the siren off, and it's like in the middle of the blaze. And when she sounds the siren off, the hope is all the walkers are gonna come there, and you don't care. So Hope goes and does that. And here's why you don't care. Because they try to make it like it's very tense, it's very dramatic, and you know they're creating tension, and there's no tension. Why? Because you know Hope is not going to die. You know that. Because why? Because they already introduced this storyline that they have to pay off, which is Hope and Bilbo have a little connection in history where Hope killed Bilbo's mom. So that has to be paid off. So she has to survive in order for that contention to happen. So you're not scared at all. You know she's gonna survive. That has to happen. Moving on to Silas. First off, anytime Silas is on screen, they need like hardcore screamo or emo music just playing in the background. I don't care what scene it is. That's all they need. And he needs to, I don't know who the costume designer was, but he should have been given like a My Chemical Romance t-shirt or something. Like,
she's still leaving all my nightmares. I won't chase my...
That's all you need to know about Silas. They do flashbacks with Silas to tell his backstory. You don't learn a damn thing about Silas's and his backstory. Why? Because they don't say anything. This is what happens. Silas, he listens to tapes of his grandma and his grandpa and sometimes his uncle. And then you see a scene of him choking somebody. Flash to present. All they did was just kept showing these stupid flashbacks and tell you zero. You understand nothing more about Silas than you did in episode 1. Except that he was a janitor at the school instead of being a student. So yeah, they're screwing Silas up. And then apparently he has some kind of super strength. I don't know. Nothing matters. Who cares? And now moving on to St. Iris. I'm coming to pay my respects to St. Iris for the week. Okay, this actress that portrays her, she does an incredibly horrible job at portraying this character. Granted, I don't even know what this character's supposed to be. I just know what she's doing ain't it. Like, when she talks, there is literally there is no range in her voice. It is always just this monotoned voice.
We should check this place out. See if there's anything we can use. And if I tell you where she is, then you and Huck go after her and get yourselves killed. And my sister's going through something, and I have no idea what it is.
And that's supposed to be like she's serious. And I swear, there's like scenes where she's talking, and I'm like, girl, you just need a glass of whiskey in front of you, like.
So we wouldn't have to spare me the responsibility.
Like, she's so just melodramatic in every single scene. About when the show is ending, there's this voiceover poem read by Iris, and it drones on and on. It's like a 1,000-word poem. It's so boring. And then when it ends, I remember I asked my wife, I said, hey, do you remember what that poem was? And she literally said, I'm paraphrasing, but she literally said, no, I was watching the images on the TV. And I wasn't much better, okay? I think I was thinking about how fast can acrylic paint dry? Because I'm working on this project right now, and I'm actually using acrylic paint. So I literally was thinking about paint drying. Oh, while Iris was reading her stupid poem. So the other thing that really annoyed me was there's these two scenes where Iris and Hope are talking through walkie-talkie, and so Iris is talking to Hope, and she's saying like, hey, be safe, I love you, blah blah blah, and she's flipping Hope off. At first I'm like, that's rude, and then you see Hope, and she's like, you're flipping me off, aren't you? And then Iris, yeah, like it's supposed to be a touching moment, whatever. And then later on, they have another interaction over over the walkie-talkie. All that, and she's flipping off the walkie-talkie at Hope again. And Hope, on the other line, she says, oh, you're flipping me off, aren't you? And she says, yeah, I am. See, okay, it's stupid. It's stupid. You want to know why? Because you're not, that doesn't include the audience in the inside joke. Okay? You don't know why. Like, how does Hope know? There's no way for her to know. There's no cue that happens. Like Iris could say in the first scene, hey, rabbit face, like say some cue word like that, like, hey, rabbit face, you better be safe. And then Hope's like, oh, you're flipping me off. And then in the next scene, Iris says, hey, rabbit face, you better make it out of there alive or whatever. And then you understand, oh, that's how Hope knows she's flipping her off, as a gesture of love, whatever. There's no, again, back to payoff. There's no like payoff to include the audience in the inside joke. The show's made for an audience as small and dwindling as it is. I don't know what they're writing. I don't think they know what they're writing. Anyways, guys, that's it. That's the video. That's it. That's all I got. I'll watch episode 4. I'll review it. It's a chore. This is the chore, man. But that's it. If you're liking this show, please let me know why. I'd love to know why. And if you have not yet, please subscribe to the channel. Go down there, like it, leave a comment. I love reading the comments. I'm getting more comments now. I love it. So anyways, guys, that's it. And as always, peace out.